Hey guys, I thought I'd share a few techniques on how to quad cap cylinders. Um, Quad capping a cylinder is useful obviously for subdivisional modeling. There's three very simple ways to quad cap cylinders and that I'm aware of. There's possibly more than that. Um, so let's start with a cylinder in the scene here. Um, We'll just use the default 18 sides, but any number of sides divisible by 2 is fine. Go ahead and convert to Editable Poly, switch to polygon mode, remove the n-gons at either end. For purposes of this demonstration, we'll just cap the top part of this cylinder. So switch to border mode, select the top border, holding down shift on the keyboard. We'll just scale in some new polygons there. So we have a ring of new polygons, and we'll do that again a second time. Alright, so then switch to edge mode, select any edge along that second ring of polygons, and we'll just dot ring select it to grab every other edge along that ring. Alright, so once you've done that, you could hold down Control on the keyboard and remove. So now you're left with, temporarily, with n-gons in that second ring. So we'll switch to border mode again and select the inner hole there in border and go ahead and collapse it. And what you have left here is a quad capped cylinder. And if we just add a support loop here, we could turbo smooth that just to see the result. And there you go. So that's a pretty good looking cylinder right there. Alright, and that's, perfectly fine for most needs. However, it does have, a vertex here with multiple edges radiating from it, and while this is fine on any flat surface, it could present problems if you're transferring it to a sculpting application like Sculptress or something like that, where it really doesn't like vertexes that have multiple edges emanating from them in that way. So 99% of the time this technique is the fastest way to go about it, but there are others that provide different topology that might be more compatible with different software. So let's examine a different method here. We'll bring up another cylinder. Same thing, we'll just convert it to Editable Poly. Switch to face mode and go ahead and remove those n-gons. Alright, and we'll start off in the same way. We'll just scale a new ring of polygons in, but this time we will switch to our top view, and from your top view, while you still have the border selected, switch to edge mode and go ahead and deselect two edges on either side parallel to each other along the perimeter here. So deselect two edges here, deselect two edges here directly across from each other, and then bridge. And then go ahead and select one of the edges on the resulting bridge, and you could go ahead and ring that and then connect it so you have a cut right across. And we'll zoom in here a little bit and switch to vertex mode. And what we'll do here, because obviously we have two gaps in our bridge here, left by our bridge, we will close those up just by target welding the vertices together, the vertices, I'm sorry, And we've shorn that up now, and we have a quad-capped cylinder in a different topological result. So we'll just add a support loop and go ahead and turbo smooth it just to see the difference, and there you have it. The difference being the cap now smooths with a little bit better quad topology here. You know, the squares are a little bit more uniform, surface area is a little bit more uniform. So I mean, if you know, if that's important, then that's a good technique to use. And you know, the result is again very decent. I don't think any software would complain about that, but just to be sure, there is another technique here, and this is the one I prefer the best, just because, you know, I'm anal about the topology, and it just gives the best result in that aspect. We'll start with a cube. Basically just draw up a cube that is going to be a little bit larger than the diameter of your resulting cylinder that you need. So, you know, make it fairly large, and then what we'll do is we'll smooth that, and we'll smooth it twice actually, and then we'll collapse all that down. So what we have now is a quad sphere. Well, it's actually not quite a sphere yet. We will go ahead and apply a spherify modifier on there, and what that does is it just you know, it just rounds it out a little bit better and gives us a better surface area here, you know, with the polygon spacing and whatnot. So then we'll collapse that down, and now we have a much more natural looking spherical shape, and we'll convert that to Editable Poly, and we'll go to polygon mode, and from a side view we'll go ahead and remove all of the bottommost polygons. Then we could switch to a top view and make planar. Whoops. We'll make planar, and what we have now is a quad looking cap that we could convert into a cylinder. However, you know, I prefer to select the border here and go into loop tools and just use the circle command to create again a more even surface area, a more circular surface area than it was previously to work with. So at this point we are almost done, and what you could do from here, if you so desire, is just, you know, holding down shift, just pull out some polygons, and you know, there you go, you have a quad capped cylinder already. But you know, to make it a little bit more perfect, you could just turbo smooth one more time. There you have a nice circular shape, as you can see. Real nice topology for the cap, so you can collapse that down, and once again convert to poly and select the border, and then you could pull down your cylinder and smooth it so that it looks nice, and there you go. You know, if you wanted to, what you could do at this point, if you needed something a little softer, just go ahead and add a support loop and turbo smooth one more time, maybe twice, and let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, there it is. If you need a cap at the bottom, I mean, all you need to do there is just you know, add a symmetry modifier on the Z, and let's see here, we'll get our faces showing, and you could move the symmetry mirror to accommodate your needs here. And there you go, top and bottom. If you wanted to collapse the symmetry modifier, and you know, select that middle loop and remove it if you wanted to, and there you go. So there's 3 easy ways to quad cap a cylinder manually. This is 3dsMax, so obviously there's a script for everything. So I mean, if you went to script spot, you could download, search for quad cylinder, and you could download a script that would provide you with with a scripted primitive that is a quad cylinder automatically. You could bring that up and give it any number of height segments, radius, sides, any number of sides, and it will procedurally adjust to your needs. But it's always good to know how to manually create stuff like that as well. So I hope you guys found this useful, and I'll see you soon. Bye.